What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled You're Supposed to Learn from Your Simp Phase. A lot of times guys look at just men being men or in a leadership position or chivalrous as simping, and I understand that because of how society has changed. And sometimes people get caught in that red pill rage and being mad about things. And part of the reason is you're not learning from your simp phase, So I'm encompassing all of those things as simping, right? So a lot of you guys aren't learning the nuances, the hints, the clues to not repeat certain certain habits with certain people. What I mean by that is it's simping when you're doing something chivalrous for somebody who don't appreciate it and who's just using you, right? And you have to use discernment and differentiate who's actually worth it and who's not. So you're not learning from when you're kind to people and they just looking at it as I'm getting attention, so I'm using this person. You're supposed to learn that lesson. Like, okay, when I'm nice to this person, it's just for them, it's an ego boost. They don't even care about reciprocating this kindness. They don't even like me like that. They're not even checking for me. This is just about them and feeling good. So you react accordingly. You're like, okay, no problem. Move on. But you're not learning that from your simp phase, right? You're not learning the clues that's left. Like I was saying, when you're asking people to go out on a date, you're not learning from your simp phase when somebody's asking you, let's go out, and you tell them where, and they keep saying no, 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 no. Then you're not learning the fact that the lesson that they don't want to go out with you. They want to go out to eat for free, but they don't want to go out with you. So when the next person you meet to say, well, I'm going here, and if they say no, you just ask them, are you allergic to this or something? Like, are you allergic to this type of food or something? If they say no, or you just really don't like that kind of food or something, like it makes you sick or something, and they say no, I just don't want. Okay, okay, no problem. I'm not going to argue with you about this. You don't want to go out to eat, period. I want to go, but I just want to go where I want to go. You ain't paying for where you want to go, though. So what's more important, where you eating or who you eating with, right? So you're not learning that lesson, right? Because when you're younger, if you go out on enough dates, you're gonna understand a lot of girls is gonna waste your money and waste your time just because they want to go be in the ambiance for free. But you're not learning that lesson, right? The other thing, because you're trying to put your bid in to be with a particular person, you don't know when you're just one of many guys. You out here, you trying to, you think you courting her and you just one of the guys she dating. That's two different things. They may look the same on the outside, but they're not the same. So what are you learning? Do you learn? You're learning that okay, she's not gonna answer your call at a certain time, or she's not gonna call you back in a certain time frame, or she doesn't take you into consideration, or she'll get back with you, and it's this constant yo-yo. When you go away, she comes. When you come, she goes away type thing. You're not realizing, you just, getting used and getting played because you just want a mini. So at that particular point, you shouldn't take her seriously anymore. You're not learning from your simp phase. The same thing, as to be in the friend zone. Friend zone veteran. I told y'all that. You're not learning when somebody puts you in a friend zone and you're like a utility, and you're somebody that they use for free labor and free companionship and free compliments, and just you always use for something, but they're not giving you free anything. They're not complimenting you. They don't give you free services. They're not hooking you up with meals or information or anything like that. So you're not learning a lesson from, okay, I'm just a person that's a stopgap for when you find who you really like. You're not learning from your simp phase, right? Because when you see these things, as you get accustomed to it, you're like, oh, okay, this is going on, no problem. Now you could be wrong sometimes. Sometimes you can run across an exception, but part of the simp phase is to realize that exceptions don't make the rule. Like, you do things for different people, different types of people. You approach different types of people. You go out with different types of people. You might even fall for different types of people. But part of that phase is you do get to know them and date them and court them accordingly. And you start seeing, okay, what's going on here. You're not learning from that. A lot of cats ain't learning from that. To the point where you indifferent. Like, if you don't have the money to be dating like that, don't date like that. You gonna learn a lesson here and there. Also, when it comes to people making demands, if they tell you what they're accustomed to and who they like and what they like, and if you like them, you'll do these things. That's cool. But if they're always demanding and they're never giving, because you can say, I like such and such, and they always forget. They can remind you of all the things that they like, want, need, and to get mad if they don't get, but they just happen to be forgetful with everything that you like. You got to learn that lesson. Like, okay, you one of them people. You just a user. You gimme. I want. It makes me feel good, but they're just a consummate taker. You got to learn from your simp phase, right? When you're dealing with takers, because all these people, at some point in time, fall off. You got to learn from your simp phase what happens when you start doing for somebody else, then all of a sudden they're feeling you now. You got to learn from that. Like, oh, I've been trying to talk to this particular girl. She kind of been playing me cold, hot and cold. So I decided I'm going to talk to somebody else. And now all of a sudden, she blowing me up. Why? Because she misses your simp services. She don't miss you. She's not getting what you give her from anybody else. And nobody's trying to do it. So now all of a sudden she don't want you to do it for somebody else. You got to, learn from your simp phase, right? Also, you got to learn the lesson of a real man would, and a real man, and a real man. You got to learn that people who do the real man rhetoric, 9 times out of 10 or 9.9 times out of 10, they don't have any rhetoric about what a real woman should do in response to a real man. Whether they don't have a response in rhetoric, and they don't have no response in action. So you got to learn that. You got to learn that, I'm always hearing what a man should do, but what should a woman do? You got to learn that nuance. Same thing. See, a lot of people get, and the last thing I'm going to end with is the sex part, because this is where guys get mad. When you're trying to date somebody or court somebody, the things that you may have to pay to do, they might do it with somebody for free. That should just let you know this is how they treat people they like. You know, when you see these people meet people that they like and they don't do, and they do things completely opposite of the way they do things for you, that means they like them and they don't like you. You got to learn from that. You know, instead of being mad, because when people come around and they say, "Oh, you know, I'm going through this. It's like this happened, that happened." You can look at the history and be like, "No," because when you like somebody, you do these type of things. See, you did those type of things with no problem with these other people. With me, you didn't do that. So it's obvious that you don't like me like that. You got to live in that truth. And a lot of times you just don't want to live in the truth that maybe some people just ain't checking for you like that. But, you know, as you quote unquote simping, you're going to learn who's checking for you and who not. So like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.